Hi everyone, my name is Casey Cormier, and I'm just going to be doing a little presentation on self-disclosures of a disability to an employer. So there's a couple reasons why a person with a disability would want to share their disability with their employer. One of those would be it would just let the employer know where you are coming from, that there might be some obstacles with that disability that they do need to take into consideration, and that you're battling that battle as well. And another one is that it allows the boss, your boss, to set proper expectations for you. There may be some things with that disability that you wouldn't be able to do, and if they didn't know about it, they might expect you to do that. So it really does allow them to better suit goals for you. And I think that is one of the things that actually in our textbooks by Reese and Reese that they talked about, when you open up and disclose this information to an employer, it does allow better communication and a closer bond between employer and employee, which is really important. And thirdly, it does allow, any necessary accommodations for your disability to be made in that workplace, whether it be for, a physical disability or a mental. It would allow any accommodations that do need to be made. It would allow the employer to know and better suit your needs. Now, with that, there's a lot of reasons why somebody might not want their employer to know about their disability. And I think one of the biggest reasons is because you yourself are self-conscious of it. You may not even fully accept that disability. You might be struggling with the reality of it, and disclosing it to a future employer or an employer would be really hard because it's admitting it to yourself. And then another reason you would not want to self-disclose that is that you would be afraid that they might change their mind, especially if it's an interview process, that are you fully capable of the job, and it might increase your risk of losing it. You could be very fearful of that, and it's a very valid fear, based on actually an article written in the Forbes magazine by Janice Gassam. She actually found a study that said out of 1,381 participants, over half of them did not get hired because of a mental illness. So it's actually a very valid reason to be scared of disclosing that to an employer. And not only in an interview process, there in this article by Ms. Gassam, she found that even people that went to their bosses and disclosed a disability, they would actually get terminated because of that. And then a third reason someone with a disability wouldn't want to disclose is just they might be worried of it getting out to the whole office, especially if we go back to the fact that they might not be fully accepting it themselves. They definitely wouldn't want it to go around their whole office and let it be known that they had a disability. So that might be one of the reasons that they would be afraid of disclosing that to an employer. As a healthcare professional or a future healthcare professional, one of the ways that I would try to be able to coach someone with a disability to be able to successfully disclose that information is making them more confident in it, their abilities. Yes, you have a disability, but that doesn't mean you can't do this job. You might need to say, hey, I might not be able to do it this way, but look, I can do it this way. I'm still a fully functional, competent human being, and I'm suited for this job. And then I would help them, role play and say, hey, I'm your employer. Like, how are you going to say it to me? This is how you need to come out, and tell them what you should say, maybe what you should stay away from saying. But yeah, I think just having them more confident in their abilities would really help them, because that would translate to the employer and say, hey, this person has a disability, but they're confident in it, and I'm confident in them. So yeah, well, that's all I have, but thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.